Let's see how we are on time. What?
Got him.
I'd like wake up at like midnight and because I'd be sleeping on the couch and there'd be Richie Rich playing on the TV.
Dad, not found.
Dad, not found. If you watched Richie Rich, leave me a comment. Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm here again with my brother Alex and today we're going to be learning the Korean numbers. Numbers take a long time to learn, but I want to see if we can get Alex up and running with the Korean numbers in a really short amount of time today. Previously, you already learned the alphabet. I know you're not a master of it yet, but we got the basics done. And you also learned some basic phrases, and we've done some tests also with reading and tests with conversation. So now we're gonna start learning a bit more of the actual language. So it's time to get serious. Go a little bit. So the first thing you need to know about Korean numbers is there's actually two Korean number systems. So like some things are counted with one system and other things like you'll count the time with one system, like 10 minutes, days with one system, or like animals with another system.
Why?
Well, we'll go over that in a bit. So first let me just tell you the Korean numbers. So the first one is il. Yeah. So the first one is actually from Chinese. So these are actually the same. Like if you've ever seen like this in Chinese before, I don't know if you've ever known anyone that's written like Chinese.
Kind of reminds me of like the thing you did like in high school where you were, no, not high school.
The Stussy?
Like, the Stussy.
So yeah, this system actually comes from Chinese. So il is the first one, 이, 삼, 사, 오, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Seems the only pattern so far I find is you just get rid of the l and you get rid of the m.
Well, there's no pattern. These come from Chinese.
That's a pattern. Look, that's 2. That's 1. That's
It's totally different.
It worked for the first 4.
So these ones you simply just have to memorize. So I think you should probably write those down.
8,
9, and 10.
sheep.
If you know this, you can count all the way to 100. If I teach you one more word on top of this, then you can count to 1,000. And if I were to teach you one more word on top of that, you can count to 10,000 and then 100 million. So it's really easy.
Today we're going to count to 100 million.
A 1, a 2,
Ooh, a 3.
So that's the nice thing about Korean.
That's
like,
kinda
you don't have to learn like
convenient.
20, 31, 40, 50. Why don't you practice reading them on your own?
Okay. Il, 이, 삼, 사, 오, 육,
Really good, yeah.
칠,
Yeah.
팔,
8.
8, 구, 십.
Yeah. To go higher than 10, it's actually really easy. All you do is you take some sort of counter. In this case, we're gonna say 10, and the next counter would be 100 and 1,000, like that. And you add on whatever number you have. So how many of the counters plus whatever number. So if you wanted to say 11, you have 1, 10, and then 1. So if you're doing 20, you have 2 10s. If you're doing 21, you have 2 10, 1. That's how you go all the way up to 99. There's an exception though. If the first counter is 1, you don't add 1 before it. So then how would I say 20? Give it a try. try to make it right.
이, nu,
Yeah.
이십,
Yeah. They got 20. So how would you say 21?
이십일.
Yeah, perfect. And you could go like that all the way to 99. So how would you say 99?
구십, 구.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. What am I counting here? Are these?
You're just counting, just
Okay.
numbers. Like you walk up to the guy on the street, you're like, 99. The next one is 100 is pek.
Okay.
So if you now know 100, you can actually use the 1 to 10 and then the number 100, and you could use these to count to 1,000. So I'll show you what I mean. How would you say 101?
백일.
Yeah, perfect. Pek il. Because you have 100, and then you have, well, you don't have any 10s, so
Yeah.
you don't need to say it. And then il. So if you wanted to say 500, how would you say 500?
오백.
Yeah.
오백.
Yeah. If you wanted to say 163, how would you do that?
백.
Yeah.
백육십.
Yeah.
성.
That's right. Pek yuk ship sam. You're doing really good. So the next one is chun,
Chun.
and that's 1,000. So if you wanted to say 1011, how would I say 1011?
천십
Yeah.
천십일
Yeah, 1011. And then how would I say 6,000?
육천
Yeah, 6,000. And then the next one, well, this is the last one we're gonna do. This is 10,000. How would I say 11,000?
만천
Yeah, perfect.
만천
Manchon. With this, you can actually count to 99,999,999. After this, the next counter is 100 million. In Korean, the regular currency that they use is the Korean won. About 1,000 is a dollar. So yeah, what it's used for is counting. So if you're just saying like the numbers, like what is that number? Well, that number over there is 33. It's also used for money. It's also used for anytime you're like measuring something like meters or liters of something, like things you can't actually touch, are done with this as well. Temperature is done with do, degrees. So if you know this number system, you can tell any temperature, although unfortunately it's with Celsius, so you can't really tell. But if it's
I'm familiar with Celsius.
Okay, if it's really
Yeah.
hot, they might say, oh, it's 40 degrees. Well, how would you say 40 degrees?
사십
Yep,
도
perfect. 40도. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it.
When do you use the other form?
That's what we're gonna do right now.
Okay.
It looks totally different. So you might think, oh, I have to learn 2 number systems. You don't. You're only learning like a quarter of a second number system. Now these ones are pure Korean. These ones did not come from Chinese. 하나,
하나
둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟. This one's got a bunch of letters in it. Although the pronunciation of this is just 여덟, 아홉.
IHOP.
So there's a really dumb way of memorizing these that I learned. There's a volleyball player named Hana. She was so good at volleyball that they called her the Tool. So it's Hana the Tool. So she's playing volleyball and she goes, all right, 1, 2, set, throws the volleyball up and she hits it into the net. And then she's like, oh, hey, 다섯. So they throw her the ball again, 다섯. The other teammate says, hey, you set. This is a bit of a stretch. Like you do the set. So Hannah hits it and the ball flies into the teammate's mouth and the teammate swallows it. When she swallows it, she goes, 일곱. And then she gets really angry. She says, like, you dope. She says, yo do. I hope you lose. Yo, I hope yo. You got it all?
하나 둘.
Yeah.
So this is messing me up.
That's like romanization, not that good. 일곱.
여덟.
Yeah, 여덟.
아홉. 열.
Yeah, 아홉 열. Okay, cool. So yeah, you got it. In order to say 11,
We need a whole nother volleyball story.
as far as 11 goes, it's the exact same way as the previous system. So how would you say 11?
열 하나.
Perfect. 열 하나, 11. How would you say 15?
열 다섯.
That's right, 열 다섯. The problem is with after 19, you need a different counter for 20, 30, 40, after which Koreans themselves don't use the numbers anymore. Before 50, they'll switch back and just use the other system. And you need to count 50 of them.
Even they got into this. They're like, this is stupid.
So here's 20, 30, and 40, and that's all you have to learn. So 21 would be
스물. 스물 하나.
perfect. Yeah, 스물 하나. When you get to 29, then you would switch, instead of saying 310 like before, you would just do 30 for this counter. So what is this one used for then? Well, this system is used for physical things, so like counting objects, counting animals, counting people. It's also used for saying your age. We could do a whole other lesson on counters because there's actually a lot of those, but basically, I'll just teach you this one for now. 살 is your age. So how old are you?
서른.
Uh-huh.
서른.
Yeah, 서른.
서른.
So then?
서른살.
Perfect. A good way to just remember it is if you're counting something that's like physical, it's most likely going to be this one.
Like, would it be an insult to call somebody, to count someone
No.
by this?
It's not an insult. They would understand what you're trying to say. They would just know you suck at Korean.
So it's still an insult.
Well, insult to you. The other thing that that system's used for is when you're counting for taking a photo. 하나, 둘, 셋, 김치. Then you take a photo like that. 1, 2, 3, cheese. That's pretty much all you need to know about the numbers. You're a master now, but there's actually a few exceptions. Whenever this number comes before a counter. So if you're just saying the number, you don't need this. So if you just want to say 1, it's always going to be 하나. But if you were ever going to say 1 person, or like 1 year old, or 20 years old, then you need to use these. For example, if you're counting animals, they do it with a counter call that's 마리. 1 cow, you wouldn't say 하나 마리, you would say 한 마리. Or if you're saying your age, like I am 20 years old, instead of saying 스물 살, you say 스무 살. The other numbers are still used all the time. So like if you were to say 21, you would still say 스물 한. It's only when it comes directly before the counter that it changes. So let's take the 살 again for age. So how would you say 31?
솔룬 한 솔룬 한 살.
Perfect, yeah. This is pretty much all there is to numbers, except one more thing. We watched Jackie Chan Adventures.
I haven't seen that show.
The other thing is that anytime you have any combination of 16, so that could be like 26, 36, or just 16, the pronunciation of this actually changes to 심육. When they say it really quick, 십육 becomes 심육. So that's pretty much it. So you're now a master at the Korean numbers.
Master.
It's like, but now you can at least count.
My selection of nouns is very limited.
Well, you could say the temperature and your age, and the temperature, then how old you are.
That's right.
So
and how hot
it is or how cold it is. What do you guys think we should learn next time? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys again next time.
그럼
그럼 다음에 또 봐. Oh, nice, you got it.